Welcome back to my views and news. Some new stories from Ethiopia, Eritrea, and Sudan. Firstly, grenade attacks on police officers in North Shore Zone, North Wollo Zone, South Wollo zones of the Amhara region are on the rise. Third attack in Shore Orbit yesterday, reportedly. Secondly, Gondar Fano suffered its first major loss. Two Gondar Fano members were buried today. They died in fighting against Ethiopian National Defense Force, reportedly. Thirdly, Getachew lashed out. Tigray interim president Getachew lashed out at Ethiopian Ministry of Education. Why is Getachew not happy with Ethiopian Federal Ministry of Education? Fourthly, we have a new story about Hachalu, Oromo singer Hachalu's wife's speech. She spoke last night when Hachalu Music Award ceremony was held. Second year that this award ceremony has been held in Ethiopia. And there she complained that she did not, that justice was not served. Culprits were not brought to justice. What did she say? She seems to be implying that those who are involved in Hachalu's death are not being arrested. Fifthly, Sasavuki Eritrean president visited China a few weeks ago. When he was China, everyone said that he was very warmly welcomed there. I said the same too, but people said the welcome was extraordinary, especially Eritrean government-backed activists, pro-government activists. They said that Isaiah's reception in China was unprecedented. I want to speak more on that, and I want to share a video with you from China. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas was in China. How was he received there? Lastly, Sudan, where Sudanese military has lost another base in Darfur. Rapid Support Forces have shared videos from a town 70 kilometers to the north of Nayala, where a military base has been captured by Rapid Support Force members. Sudan's military is being just cleared. Darfur is being cleared of the presence of Sudan military, it seems. Firstly, viewers, grenade attacks on security forces, ambush attacks on security forces in the Amhara region are on the rise. So not only is the fighting, direct fighting ongoing between Ethiopian security forces and Fano fighters, but also are continuing these attacks that police officers' residences are being attacked, grenades are being thrown. Convoys, vehicles of security forces are being ambushed. I have reported several attacks in the past 1 month or so. This is a deliberate strategy adopted by Fano fighters, groups affiliated with Fano factions. They want to frighten police. They want to ensure that police security forces are not able to freely move in the Amhara region. That is why convoys are ambushed, camps are ambushed sometimes, apart from the ongoing direct fighting happening in different parts of the Amhara region. Third hand grenade attack in Shore Orbit happened yesterday. On a Thursday, reportedly 2 hand grenades were thrown at a police station, police building in Shore Orbit. 2 attacks happened in the past 1 month or so, though no large-scale casualties happened yesterday. But security forces, especially police, has been the target of these attacks. I think it happened in Marsa too, in Saint too, in Waldia as well, in Kobo too. I can go on and on. In all these places and others in the past 1 month or so, Fano fighters threw hand grenades on security forces. Vehicles were attacked. Convoys were ambushed. That is a strategy adopted by Fano fighters. No casualties happened luckily yesterday. Secondly, viewers, Gondar Fano suffered its first loss today. It was confirmed the 2 Gondar Fano members were buried. Burial program was organized in Gondar. Tafra Jamber was killed on Ibnath front reportedly. He's from Azizo Brigade of Gondar Fano and he was buried today. A burial program was organized in Dabra Tabor, I think. Secondly, Malkamo Mulao was killed, another Fano member. He is from Minilik Brigade. Minilik Brigade and Ethiopian security forces have been involved in fighting in the last 48 hours. Malkamo died, he was buried as well today. Now, Fano factions are not hiding their casualties. Mostly in such confrontations between security forces and armed factions don't disclose their losses. Like OLA never acknowledges that its members have been killed. Tigray also denied in the 2-year-long war. Ethiopian National Defense Force never acknowledged the losses suffered by its members. But Fano is not hiding its losses. Why? It's a very deliberate strategy. Fano is mainly relying on public support. They want to tell the people that they are wronged. They are the victims. That security forces are unjustly killing Amhara people. That is why, no matter how many losses are suffered by Fano fighters, they'll make the losses public. They'll show that they're dying. They're dying for the sake of Amhara people. That is how they want to mobilize the people of the Amhara region. So their burial programs of Tafira Jamber, Belkamo, Mulao were widely covered by Amhara news sources. Fano fighters were there. And then Fano commanders, they appeared in some audio interviews on some Amhara news outlets, vowing that they'll continue the fight. So their strategy to make their losses public is a deliberate strategy. But this is the first time that Fano fighters, prominent Fano fighters have been killed in this ongoing security operation against Fano by security forces in different parts of the Amhara region. Thirdly, viewers, the Getachew Reda interim president was furious today at Ethiopian Federal Ministry of Education. Who is the Federal Minister of Education? Birhanu Naga, whose party is breaking apart. He is a very staunch, die-hard critic of the TPLF, because he is the one who suffered at the hands of TPLF when TPLF was in Addis Ababa as EPRDF. He fought against TPLF back then. He took refuge in Eritrea. He went into exile in US. When Pimabe came to power, he returned. In the 2-year-long war, he criticized TPLF as much as he could. Peace deal signed, but Naga and some others, they have not been very excited about the peace prospects of the peace deal. Getachew Reda today criticized Ministry of Education. He said that Ministry of Education's official report is a violation of Pretoria deal and violation of Ethiopian constitution. Why? Which violation was committed by the Minister of Education? Minister of Education has shared details of the areas of Ethiopia in its report, and Raya, Volkai, Thumara Sagade have been included in the Amhara region. Documents are available online as well on Minister of Education websites. These zones which are disputed between Tigray and Amhara regions, these zones are shown as part of the Amhara region Ministry of Education. That is why Getachew was angry today. He said that it's a pattern being adopted by some government officials. He criticized the government, Minister of Education mainly. But can we say that Ethiopian federal government approved what Ministry of Education is showing, that Raya Volkai Thumanasaka should be part of Amhara? I don't think so. I don't think that PM Abiy is approving these petty issues, petty decisions. It was merely a decision by Naga. We could see corrections in coming days, I think. Fourthly, viewers, Hachalu, iconic Oromo singer's wife, spoke last night in Addis Ababa at Skylight Hotel. She is not happy with the way investigation into Hachalu's murder was conducted. Hachalu was killed around 3 years ago. In 2020, he was killed. 3 years have passed, and so far, culprits have not been brought to justice. Fanto Damise, Hachalu's wife, addressed last night at Hachalu Music Award, which was launched last year. So yesterday was second event, second program of this annual award. So annually, Oromo singers, well-known singers, are granted with awards. And there she spoke. She criticized the investigation. She said a lady was arrested, but she was released. A lady who was in touch with Hachalu was arrested when Hachalu was murdered. Later, she was released. And that justice has not been served. Basically, she implied as if those who are culprits are hindering the investigation, as if people in power were behind the assassination of Hachalu's murder. If in 3 years nothing happened in terms of uncovering of the actual culprits of Hachalu's death, is there any hope that Hachalu's killers will be exposed? I don't think so. All high-profile murders are controversial when it comes to investigation in Ethiopia. What about the death of Sere Mekonnen, death of that Amhara regional force commander who was killed too? What about recent death of Amhara region's Prosperity Party development wing head who was assassinated in North Shore, Girmashitila? Even when government is clear that some Fano factions are behind the assassination of Girmashitila, we saw that a campaign was launched to make the murder controversial. Government was accused. PM Abiy, close friend of Girma, was accused that he removed Girmashitila. Government said that Fano fighters behind the assassination. All high-profile murders in the past few years have been controversial. We could not see any investigation accepted by all parties, trusted by all parties. So that is why I don't think that Hachalu's wife will ever see justice served. Fifthly, Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki was in China a few months ago. He visited China, then he visited Russia. When he was there, he was very warmly welcomed. People said that Isaias' reception was unprecedented. That shows his global stature. That shows how significant, how important, how strategic Eritrea is for China. Back then I said that reception was definitely, it was, he was warmly welcomed there, but it wasn't extraordinary. Chinese are very smart people. They're businessmen. So businessmen know how to treat people. That is how they sell their products. If you visit office of a multinational company who knows business ethics, they always treat their customers with respect. That is how they build trust. They sell their material. They earn. Chinese are businessmen. Isas Afwerki was warmly welcomed, but a new video is being shared on Chinese news channels showing the arrival of Palestinian president in China. Mahmoud Abbas have visited China. Palestine, small country, unrecognized by some countries, and you know that Palestine does not have any major significance in Middle East. It is dependent on neighboring countries' support. Gaza under siege for years. But even Mahmoud Abbas was very warmly welcomed in China, like Isas Afwerki was welcomed. So that is how Chinese receive all foreign leaders. Very hospitable people, at the same time very smart business-wise. I have a clip for you how Mahmoud Abbas was welcomed in China. Lastly, we were Sudan, where RSF's advance in Darfur continuing despite ceasefire announced on Eid by Rapid Support Forces. Fighting resumed in Nyala yesterday, and RSF fighters have now confirmed their control of Manwashi. 70 kilometers to the north of Nyala is Manwashi in South Darfur, where there is a military camp of Sudan military too. RSF fighters have shared a video from this military camp. Now RSF are in control of Manwashi military camp of Sudanese military. So the military fled this town. Dozens were injured and killed in this attack by Rapid Support Forces on Manwashi in South Darfur. So the military gradually disappearing from Darfur, West Darfur, Central Darfur, and now South Darfur is the target of Rapid Support Force members. Which is a video shared by Rapid Support Forces from Manwashi, South Darfur. Thank you for watching.